In New York City, 2 illegal immigrants are accused of shooting an off-duty Customs and Border Protection officer. Both have long rap sheets. Both entered our country under the Biden administration, again, illegally. And one of them was released and arrested and released 4 times. DHS released video, it says, shows one suspect dropping off the other who was wounded at a hospital. CB Cotton at Manhattan Federal Court now. CB.
Hey, Harris. Well, we're expecting federal charges to be filed against the 2 illegal migrants who DHS says were caught on camera trying to rob that off-duty CBP officer. As that officer recovers after being ambushed, DHS says this newly released surveillance video shows one of the suspects dumping his co-conspirator at the hospital. Take a look. You can see the man in the red shirt driving a black moped into what looks like a hospital bay before his passenger wearing a white shirt collapses off the moped. An EMT rushes out of a nearby ambulance, and the man in the red shirt, he just drives off. Investigators say the illegal migrant fired first, and the off-duty officer shot back with his service weapon. We're told the officer was shot in the arm, and 1 bullet went through the officer's cheek, knocking out his teeth. NYPD leaders said yesterday that bullet was still lodged in the officer's neck. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem and Border Czar Tom Homan blasted New York City leaders, Noem saying despite the suspects having deportation orders and lengthy rap sheets, sanctuary policies meant ICE agents could never pick the men up. But NYPD Chief of Department John Schell defended the mayor, who is up for re-election, running as an independent.
The mayor inherited sanctuary cities, right? He cannot come in now or ever and wave a magic executive order and circumvent the law. He can't do that. He's been steadfast in his commitment and discussions to change his very small piece of sanctuary city laws.
So the off-duty CBP officer was not in uniform at the time of the shooting, Harris, and it's not believed this was a targeted incident, which makes it even scarier because it means any of us could have been a victim. Back to you.
Sadly, that's an excellent point. And the most important point moving forward, this could have been prevented, and we don't want this to happen to someone who can't defend themselves. CB, thank you. The New York Post editorial board had this headline: Will New York Poles finally come to their senses after shooting of CBP agent by illegal immigrant, and by Poles, obviously politicals? An excerpt here. Saturday night shooting of a border agent by an illegal immigrant sums up nearly everything wrong with progressive policies. Trump has done his bit by closing the border and empowering ICE to deport violent criminal illegal immigrants. But progressives have fought him tooth and nail to keep us unsafe. How many more such shootings before they come to their senses? In focus now, Mary Catherine Ham, Fox News contributor. Your top-line thoughts.
Yeah, look, it is the most basic duty of your government to do its best to keep you safe. And yes, they have a duty also to protect the rights of the accused. But New York and Chicago and all these places, Illinois, seem determined to protect the rights of the accused, or in fact, people who are just on tape doing crimes, who have been apprehended before, and just letting them go into the streets, which then abdicates their duty to protect the rest of their citizens who are actively being hurt and even losing their lives. That poor mother talking about J.B. Pritzker should blame J.B. Pritzker in part. He has put in policies that make the place unsafe, that allow people who have been apprehended, who you might actually prevent from creating more chaos, they let them go. And this is exactly the price that people pay. And it's really awful, heartbreaking, painful to watch her work through it.
You know, here, I do want to get to this with you real quickly on this, because people will often ask, well, what's in it for them? What is there money that's coming their way? Is it politics? What? And I know this seems odd, but Hunter Biden was talking about this topic during his, beat machine rant. Here it is. Yeah. He's ranting on the president enforcing our immigration laws. Watch.
People are really upset about illegal immigration. You. How do you think your hotel room gets cleaned? How do you think you got food on your table? Who do you think washes your dishes? Who do you think does your garden?
And the White House pulled no punches in its response, saying, quote, a CBP agent was just shot in the face by two criminal illegal aliens that Joe Biden let into the country. But Hunter is more concerned about who is going to clean up his hotel room after his benders. The sort of callous, self-interested maliciousness from the entire Biden crime family is exactly why Joe Biden left office with record low approval ratings. Your quick response.
Yeah, truly, can you imagine cleaning up his hotel room? But this is the way Democrats often frame this, which I find so odd. It's so elitist. It's so rude to people. It's so self-centered. It's like, well, what, if I can't pay people under the table to do all my work for me, then how am I going to live my elitist life? That is not a great message. We have laws that are on the books. They need to be enforced, and they need to be enforced.
If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date with future videos. Thank you for watching.